Thank you. Thank you, Angela. Great morning, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Great to see you again, Isa. Thank you for being here. Raise your hand if you have ever been afraid to fail. Most people have, and most people are. A lot of my fear personally would come from what other people would think or say if I did not accomplish my goals. Oftentimes, I would share with people my visions, my hopes, and my dreams. And then they would warn me about the negative what-ifs that could occur on that journey, which, of course, added to my fear of failure. And fear of failure can be paralyzing, debilitating, stop you dead in your tracks before you even get started, cause you to curl up in that comfort zone where it's nice and safe and do what I've always been doing. And as I reflect on my past and the many times that I allowed fear of failure to stop me dead in my tracks, or I looked at obstacles and rerouting as forms of failure, I've come to realize that I get to shift my perspective. I get to look at failure in a different way. What is failure? What does it mean? So my goal today is to reframe failure to move forward fearlessly. Now, there's an old proverb that says, when man plans, God laughs. And on the surface of that proverb, it sounds like when man plans, or in my case, whoa, man plans, God's like, good luck with that. But knowing what I know now about God and digging deeper into that proverb, to me it means when woe man plans, she gets to stay committed, focused, yet flexible. See, now I look at God, the universe, the Holy Spirit, our intuition, whatever you want to call it, as an internal GPS navigational system. You punch in your address, you've identified your desired destination. You get your route, which is the plan. And the GPS has a bird's eye view. It can see what's going on way before you can. So we trust our navigational systems in our cars, our phones, the Garmins, implicitly, at least I do. And I get to trust my internal navigational system in the same way. I get to look at obstacles and rerouting, not as failures, but as opportunities to overcome, to grow, to be flexible, and to learn. But most of all, I get to stay committed, focused, yet flexible. Now, how silly of it would it be if I were to say, okay, I'm driving to San Diego tonight. Put my address in the navigational system, get my route, my plan, get in the car, head in that direction. Now the GPS might see that there's a shorter route, or perhaps there's traffic ahead, and all I hear is rerouting. And I go, oh no, I'm not dealing with the traffic. I'm just gonna stop here in Lodi and smell the cow poop. Or I'm gonna turn around and go back home to my comfort zone. How silly is that? It's ridiculous. And that's what I used to do. I obviously was not committed to go to San Diego. So as long as I stay committed, focused, yet flexible, I will eventually get to my desired destination. So I realized that real failure is not taking the first step. Real failure is giving up. Real failure is looking at obstacles as insurmountable. Real failure is being resistant to the rerouting. Because as long as I stay committed, focused, yet flexible, I will eventually get to my desired destination. I get to look at obstacles as opportunities to overcome, to grow, to be flexible, and to learn. I get to surrender resistance to the rerouting. And I most definitely get to disregard the negative what ifs that people like to share about what could happen on my journey. So today, I am releasing all fear. And I've reframed fear so that I may move forward fearlessly. Thank you very much.